Okay, so now we're at the nose, the mouth, the snout of the fish, and let me show you how to make this nice and pointed with this border. We started over there, and now we're going to come in here. So there's 3 holes here that you would have left by starting it with 4 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. In the first hole at the nose, you're going to put 2 single crochets in the first hole, and then in the center hole, you're going to put 3 single crochets in the center hole. 1, 2, 3, and then in the third hole, you're going to put 2 more single crochets. Just laying that out flat. So this is the third hole and final hole at the nose, and you're going to do 2 single crochets there. Okay, and along here in a couple places you can see I had to put 2 single crochets. This is 2 single crochets in this hole in order to have it. Most of these were 1 single crochet, but there were certain ones here that had 2 single crochets. So you may have to do that in certain places coming down the angles. Now we're going to switch over to the other one, and I'm going to show you how to get around the tail, the point, which is very easy. But you need to be flexible on this. My first fish that you saw, which I did 4 stitches in each hole, and that's what that required in order to make that look nice. By the way, doesn't this look really great with this lime green bright trim? You can see how you can really punch it up. In this corner of the tail, I ended up doing 3. I decided not to do 4 because I thought that looked fine. But as I get over to this corner of this tail, I want to show you. So you need to be versatile, but you're going to need more stitches. So the first fish that I did that you saw, that one I used 4 in each one, and that was consistent. This one used 3 in this one, and then let me show you, because this is where I ended. Okay, there's a stitch here and a stitch here. There really isn't a stitch there that I can go into. So let's see how. I think I'm going to put 2 here possibly and 2 there. But let's see. I may decide I'm going to put 3 here to get around. So be a little bit flexible with what you decide you want to do. I'm going to put 3 there. That's all I'm going to do. So that I did on this fish, because of this thinner material, I did 3 in each one. That other one I did 4. And then, see, this is how you have to be a little bit flexible. Let me show you, because when you're doing your border, on these angles, you have to figure out, how am I going to do that? Because here's going to be your hole. So here, I'm going to put 2 so I can get it to stretch out over far enough so I'm not pulling it too much till I get to this one. And because I did 2 there, I'm only going to do 1 in that one. So you're going to have to use your own judgment. Okay, we'll be back in just a second, and we'll show you how to end it. Okay, we're back, and we're getting ready to finish it. We're up here at the broad part of the fish. This is where we started it, like you saw, only using the other fish rug. And I'm going to show you how we're going to finish this. Now, on this particular one, I felt like we needed some more stitches, because this is thin, and see that big hole there? So we're going to do 2 single crochets in this one. You may or may not have to do this, but I want to show you. But you can see how this material squashes so much. That's why you have to be willing to change things up based upon the material that you're given. I still love this color. I love this beautiful color, but that's why it's required more stitches. Okay, along here, we're going to go ahead and go in here 1, and we maybe need to do 2. It might be just 1. So we went into that same hole where the stitch started. So I think 1 is just enough, and we're going to go ahead, and this is going to pose a little bit of a problem. It's kind of good that you're going to see this. This is where it was joined together. I'm going to cut it out here and make it longer, and you're going to use your tapestry needle just like you saw me do in the other places, and you're going to thread it on here. Remember, this is a 13. You're going to thread it on here. But we're going to have to get this through where we're feeding it through, so that's going to pose a little bit of a problem. So you pull this up and make it wider, and you're going to pull your material through, giving it finish. See that? Now we're going to blend that in as we go and find out how we do it. Now see, it doesn't have a big wide area, so I can't blend it down in here or you're going to see it. So I need to blend it along here because it's the same color. So this is what I'm going to do on here. We're not going to pull it back that way and blend it in. See how that would cause a problem? You're going to like go in the direction that you are moving in. So here we're going to use the top part. That went in pretty nice actually. And we're just going to keep feeding it through like this. See how I'm just kind of looping it around? Now see, this isn't super tight here, so I'm not loving it. So there's something I'm going to want to show you that I'm going to do if you feel this. There's not a lot of resistance, so I'm afraid that it may come unraveled after, you know, several wears, washings. I don't necessarily think tomorrow type of thing, but when I make a rug, I make it for last. You know, I want you to be able to use it, and that's what I'm teaching you. It's not just a little piece of artwork. It's also meant for you to be able to pass it along or be able to use it for a long period of time. Okay, see how I met up with this color here. So I'm going to put it down in here. Doesn't mean you'll meet up with that color, but if you face this situation, you could see how, and this is much tighter on it, which gives it more resistance to pulling out. And you see, I'm feeding it through a pretty good distance between all that was up there and here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end it there. Remember, I told you to give it an extra little pull. How I gave it an extra little pull, a little more tension. Nice and close. Tug, and it disappears. Okay, so I want you to quickly look at the finished product here with a different color than what we started. And you've seen 3 rugs being made, all fish. This is really pretty. Nice colors, different than the other ones. But thank you for joining me. I hope you found this informative, and hopefully I'll come up with more of these. Well, I've got them here. It's just whether or not I make the videos so you can see them. So you have a great day. Thank you.